You wake up after 8 hours of sleep. Your body is rested, but somehow your brain feels heavy. Like you're already exhausted before the day even begins. You didn't run a marathon, you didn't lift weights, you just lived. So why does your mind feel like it's been working overtime? If you've ever felt this, you're not alone. And today, we're gonna understand exactly why this happens and what's really going on inside your brain. We live in a world that celebrates being busy. Hustle culture tells us to work harder, do more, be productive every second. But here's the thing, your brain isn't a machine. It doesn't just recharge like a phone overnight, and that's where the problems start. You see, most people think tiredness is only physical. If you sleep well, eat well, and don't exercise too hard, you should feel energized, right? Wrong. Because there's another type of tiredness, one that sleep can't fix, one that rest doesn't cure. It's called mental fatigue, and it's one of the most misunderstood aspects of modern life. In this video, we're gonna explore the psychology behind mental fatigue, why it happens, how it affects you, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. So let's dive in. Imagine two people. Person A works at a construction site. They lift heavy materials, walk miles every day, and come home physically drained. They sleep deeply and wake up refreshed. Person B works at an office. They sit at a desk, attend back-to-back meetings, answer emails, make decisions, and solve problems all day. They come home mentally exhausted. But when they try to sleep, their mind is still racing. And even after sleeping, they wake up tired. What's the difference? Person A experienced physical fatigue, their muscles worked hard and needed recovery. Person B experienced mental fatigue, their brain worked hard, but in a way that doesn't feel as real or visible. Here's the key. Mental fatigue is not about how much you move. It's about how much you think, decide, and emotionally process. And here's the scary part. You can be mentally exhausted without even realizing it. Mental fatigue is a state where your brain has used up its cognitive resources. Think of your brain like a battery, but instead of electricity, it runs on something called cognitive energy. Every time you make a decision, focus on a task, suppress an emotion, solve a problem, interact with people, process information, you use up a little bit of that energy. Now, if you do this all day long without breaks, your brain gets overloaded. And unlike muscles, which show clear signs of tiredness, your brain's fatigue shows up in subtle ways. You feel irritable for no reason. You can't focus on simple tasks. You feel emotionally numb. You crave junk food or instant gratification. You keep scrolling on your phone even though you're bored. Sound familiar? That's your brain saying, I'm overloaded, I need a break. But instead of resting, most of us just push through. We drink coffee, we force ourselves to focus, we ignore the signals, and that's when mental fatigue becomes chronic. Let's talk about 3 major psychological factors that cause mental fatigue. 1, decision fatigue. Every day, you make thousands of decisions. What to wear, what to eat, what to reply in a message, which task to do first. Should I say yes or no? Each decision, no matter how small, uses mental energy. And the more decisions you make, the worse your decision-making becomes. This is called decision fatigue. There's a famous study about judges in a courtroom. Researchers found that judges were more likely to give favorable rulings early in the day and harsher rulings later in the day. Why? Because after making dozens of decisions, their mental energy was depleted. They became more impulsive, more biased, and less thoughtful. This happens to all of us. By the end of the day, even choosing what to watch on Netflix feels exhausting. 2, cognitive overload. Your brain can only handle so much information at once. When you're constantly switching between tasks, checking notifications, consuming content, and multitasking, your brain gets overwhelmed. It's like opening 50 tabs on a slow computer. Everything slows down, nothing works smoothly. This is called cognitive overload, and it's one of the biggest causes of mental fatigue in the digital age. Studies show that just having your phone nearby, even if it's on silent, reduces your ability to focus. Because part of your brain is always wondering, did someone text me? Should I check? That constant low-level distraction drains you, even if you don't notice it. 3, emotional labor. Now, this one is often ignored, but it's incredibly draining. Emotional labor is the effort it takes to manage your emotions, especially in social or professional settings. For example, pretending to be happy when you're sad, staying calm when you're angry, being polite to someone who frustrates you, hiding anxiety during a presentation. All of this takes energy, a lot of energy. And if you're doing this every single day, at work, at home, on social media, your brain never gets a real break. You might sleep 8 hours, but if your mind is constantly regulating emotions, you'll still wake up tired. Here's the truth. Sleep restores your body, but it doesn't always restore your mind. If you go to bed with unresolved stress, anxiety, or mental clutter, your brain stays partially active during sleep. It keeps processing, it keeps problem solving, it doesn't fully rest. This is why people often say, I slept, but I don't feel rested. Because rest isn't just about closing your eyes, it's about giving your mind permission to let go, to stop thinking, to stop controlling, and that's really hard in a world that never stops demanding your attention. Let's be honest, most of us are living in what I call always on mode. We wake up and check our phones. We work, we scroll, we reply, we consume content, we worry, we plan, we compare ourselves to others, we try to keep up. And even when we're resting, we're not really resting. We're binge watching shows, doom scrolling, or overthinking. Our brains are never truly offline, and that's the trap. Because mental fatigue doesn't just come from doing too much, it comes from never doing nothing. Your brain needs boredom, it needs silence, it needs moments where nothing is happening so it can process, reorganize, and recharge. But we've removed all those moments, and we wonder why we're tired. So, what's the solution? I'm not going to tell you to just relax or take a vacation, because that's not realistic for most people. But here are a few psychology-backed strategies that actually work. 1. Reduce daily decisions. The fewer unnecessary decisions you make, the more mental energy you save. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day. Barack Obama did too. Not because they lacked style, but because it saved mental energy for more important decisions. You can do the same. Automate small choices, plan your meals, set routines, simplify. 2. Take real breaks. A real break is not scrolling Instagram. It's not watching YouTube. A real break is sitting quietly, going for a walk without your phone, staring out the window, doing nothing. Yes, nothing. Let your mind wander. That's when it actually rests. 3. Set boundaries. You don't have to reply to every message instantly. You don't have to attend every meeting. You don't have to be available 24/7. Protect your mental space like you'd protect your physical space. Say no. Turn off notifications. Create distance. 4. Practice emotional release. If you're carrying emotional weight, you need to let it out. Talk to someone, journal, cry if you need to, move your body, do something that helps you process emotions instead of suppressing them. Your brain can't rest if it's holding on to everything. 5. Sleep with intention. Don't just collapse into bed, create a wind down routine. Dim the lights, put your phone away, do something calming, read, stretch, breathe deeply. Give your brain the signal, it's safe to rest now. So, here's what we've learned today. Feeling tired even after sleeping isn't laziness. It's not weakness, it's mental fatigue, and it's real. Your brain works hard every single day, even when you don't see it. And just like your body needs rest after exercise, Your mind needs rest after thinking, deciding, and feeling. The problem is, we live in a world that doesn't value mental rest. We glorify busyness, we shame stillness, we treat our minds like machines. But they're not. Your brain is human, it gets tired, it needs care, it deserves compassion. So if you're feeling exhausted right now, even though you shouldn't be, I want you to hear this. It's okay to be tired, it's okay to rest, it's okay to do less. You don't have to earn your rest, you don't have to be productive every moment. You're allowed to just be. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real secret to feeling alive again. Thanks for watching, take care of your mind, it's the only one you've got. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, hit the like button and subscribe for more psychology content like this. And let me know in the comments, do you struggle with mental fatigue? What helps you recharge? See you in the next video.